Okay, I think we should just get started then. So, it's extremely basic at the moment, isn't it? So, what recommendations would you make for me to do next, considering what I've got?
I'm assuming we've started then.
Yeah. No need for introductions. You've been on my streams before. And you've been in my YouTube videos, which is like where most of the people will watch this, so... I've tried to get as straight a line as possible on the right side. You can see that it didn't go well and I had to have several erasures.
So let's start by just going through what you've got.
Yeah,
and what you're going for.
At the moment I've just got the very basic trees on the left and right. And I should add something in to represent this. So if I put in a new layer... I'm going to do this next part with my mouse, because I'm just going to find it easier with my mouse. Chat at the moment I have over here on my streams.
Yes.
I want to move that over to here, and then have the gameplay about here in more of a box instead of the rectangle, because that's how it seems to play at the moment for a lot of them. And then I'd also have the oh god, that brings up where am I going to have the alert box. I can have the alert box down here for now until I get a PNG or VTuber model.
Yeah.
And then I can always think about changing it up later, can't I?
Yeah, I mean, you can change the sizes and such once you've got everything done.
Yeah. So there's the overlay stuff. So the two trees up at the front, need to change the name of this to... Leaves front. Yeah, then the tree's front. I need to finish off this bit to connect it off to the left side.
Or the fronty trees, if you will. 1 second.
Yeah, front trees. Don't know why I had the Y. Then I got the bush, which I've got to reposition. And then the path. So if I just start off with repositioning that bush. I want to change the brown into the green. There we go. That's the wrong tool. I definitely have on the right tools, don't I? So eraser, paintbrush.
I am back.
Okay. Yeah, so I've got the eraser and basic paintbrush on, which is what I wanted. I'm just going to reposition the bush so it's a little bit closer. It would be a bit more higher up. Something extremely basic like that. And if I erase the blue,
So that's going to be a bush, is it?
somewhat of a bush, yes. That's like coming out from behind that tree.
Okay.
And then the trodden path, which I have to rescale, and I'll use a grey for that outline, I'm thinking a bit.
Yeah. So have you thought about, is the path just going off?
It's just going off to the left. That'll be it.
Okay. Have you thought about the other side?
Up to the right.
Yeah.
I haven't really at the moment. Because I'm thinking maybe putting another tree back there and having trees spreading across. If I go to another, because I got an empty layer here, put in black.
That's fair.
Having it go across, more trees go across that way. Because I want it rather dense, and I have no idea how I'm going to make it seem dense without seeming a bit overcrowded. So I might do trees somewhat spread out, put like another 3 back there.
Yeah.
2 of them, one would be right next to the path about here. You would pretty much just see its stump, because it'll be behind this foliage, behind the greenery.
Yes.
And then it would, I'd put like another one a little bit further back, a bit distanced. At a bit of a distance.
You want it
and most of it would be, it would seem a bit more dense because there would be a bit more greenery on the floor, a couple of flowers, which as I'm going for watercolour, I think I can do rather well blending into the grass. So like if I go for like, what are they, daisies, which are wild.
Yeah.
What other wildflowers are there? You can do lavender as wild, which would look great, I think.
Lavenders, bluebells.
I always get those two mixed up as well when I see them sometimes. I don't know why. Like young bluebells before they properly sprouted the flower. Remind me of lavender for some reason. But those two, yeah. They would add some colour against the brown and greens.
Yes, yeah. That added a splash of colour.
Also, thank you for pointing out the fronty trees, even though that, I didn't notice I put the Y there.
Yeah, they were fronty trees. Oh, you've changed it. It's no fun.
Yes, I have changed it.
I liked the fronty trees. I don't like them as much anymore.
You cannot like them. There we go. I like that. Should I move this green down a little bit more? No, I like it how it is, having it a bit more upped.
Yeah, that is it's all fine. The branch on the right-hand side.
This one, which I, if I go back to this layer and go back to black. This one?
The right-hand side.
This one?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a bit too straightened.
It doesn't seem quite right.
Yes, that's because I hate drawing anything on the right side of the page for some reason. I hate drawing stuff on the right side. Like, you saw how I struggled with the drawing that. Seeing this, how terrible it is. I struggle with drawing that sort of thing, but I will retry. Let's get rid of the leaves and that.
Yeah, because the one above it is also a bit more curvy than the other
curvy. It matches these ones, I think, a bit more, which is what I was going for.
Yeah, it's a bit more curvy than those ones, though.
Oh, it's a bit too curvy.
Spooky, not whimsical.
Okay, maybe if I had it...
And it also was just going into the branch below with nowhere to seemingly go.
Oh, okay then. Let's switch to brown. So if I did it more like this,
make it
a little bit of a hook,
curving back on itself as well.
Okay.
Like less hook.
There? Well, actually, no. If I change the point where that ends,
yeah,
more of a straightened up.
Yeah, and then start it. Yeah, and then start it there, and you can still have it that one quite thick based.
Yeah. Like that?
Yeah, got a bit more whimsy to it and less spooky.
This one seems a bit too straight, was my thought to it as well. Which is why I always double checked it with you. Me neither. And I want this to be like... You see why I hate doing it like this for some reason. I don't know what it is exactly about that angle.
Yeah, it can be the more difficult angles to work at.
Still want it angled up a bit, which is why it's like...
Oh yeah, most branches are angled up slightly anyway on trees.
Yeah.
Because they follow the sun.
And it's ended up looking shit again.
Yeah, it's just very straight. Try curving it.
Yes, you're saying that like I'm not trying to curve it.
Oh, I can leave if you want.
No, it's fine. Maybe instead of doing that, I should just curve the tip up a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It wasn't just saying, I'll be a moment.
Yep. Have it curve up a bit more as well. I'm going to try doing that part with my mouse because it's a little bit difficult using the tablet.
Have you tried...
I'm just about to try it with my mouse because I might be able to get that a little bit more curved.
I was going to say, on the side that you're struggling to draw on, try putting dots down.
Dots down?
And then connecting the dots.
So it would be about here.
Yep.
Here. 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 There? This?
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, the fact that I have to use two hands to steady it, and also that looks way too thick with where that second dot was.
This is just a base layer, though. None of this is going to be visible.
True.
So this doesn't have to look perfect.
Yeah. My OCD does not like me trying to do this.
If you're going to be spending too much time doing this, you're not going to get to the actual painting part. Have you seen my messages?
Over it again. Yeah, I have. I'm just looking over this again. So let's pull up the green again just to see what I can do with that. It doesn't really change anything. I'll pull this green in a bit, I think.
Yeah.
So I'll quickly get that done. And copy that green. So it's about here instead. It won't be so sharp up here, it'll be a bit more curved, obviously.
Well, yeah, like I said, this is just
base layer, yeah.
Your structure layer.
And let's try to get the path. So I'm going to get a grey, but I want it on the brown end. So
I don't think colour's the most important.
no, but it's telling me like the base is giving me a base at the moment. Also discerning the different parts. So also I hate doing this path as well because of that angle. Got the base. Should be. And it's angled up a little bit more, so would be visible past the tree line there.
Yeah.
Okay. And now if I pull up the, I think there's 6 which I had here. More trees along there. So let's get that tree in the back made then. Or quickly skeletoned. That would be behind even the path, wouldn't it? And now I need to go back to the brown. At the bottom and more straighten in the middle, right? Something like this, and then I can have it knotting into the floor.
Yep.
And it won't really have much visible other than that, so it'll be just working on the bark.
Yeah, yeah. And that will all be shadows and such.
Yeah, and this tree would be where it is, it will pretty much be entirely hidden. Though I could do a little bit thicker, obviously. So I could have it being about out here to here. Base layer 6,
You
get
could.
rid of that black.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. So then it would keep going up. And it'll mostly be working on the knots. I can have it kind of like this one where it's a thicker one with a lot more knots on the bottom.
Yes, yeah.
I have forgotten to pull up the reference images. Which I only had one reference image that I actually saved, unfortunately. I was stupid and didn't save the other one.
Not hard to find reference images for trees.
They're not, no. It'll be something like, no, I'm doing charcoal and watercolours, so there's no use in me adding in linings too much, is there? So one going that way. I put another one about here going this way. With one going this way there. That. There. think that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
don't have to do
as I
too
said,
much. It's just getting basic lines down for them as well at the moment.
this is just a base, so
Yeah, but for that, I still need at least seeing what I'm doing for the most part.
yeah, but it doesn't have to be
Perfect.
perfectly exact, and you can
The
change
tree's
it
far back.
later.
I can get rid of this. What would come next? So at the moment, I've got an empty layer and that's the overlays. Those are the color tests. So right now it look similar to this.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. That black mark is just a knot in the tree that I marked down that I want them there. So what comes next after you got the base down? Should I mark where to put where I'd have the general flowers be on the floor, or?
That is really up to you. If you want to
I would do that after I get everything else down, I think.
So I would be adding in the flowers at the end where I feel they should go.
Okay.
Personally, myself. But if you'd feel more comfortable marking,
I would feel more comfortable having them at the back, nearing the end of it. Like if I feel, oh, that place is kind of empty, like how around here I might put in like, what was it, a bluebell?
Yeah.
Then yeah, I'd probably put in a couple of those.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so I mean the next step is really just to start doing the main thing.
Okay.
You've got your sketch layer now.
Yeah, I have. So...
yeah. So you can... do you want to mark them all as sketch?
Yes.
You can put them all into a folder.
Oh, I can put them all in a folder. How do you put in a folder?
So highlight all of them that are your sketch layers.
This one, bush, front trees, leaves. I'll keep the overlay because it's not really a sketch layer, but I'll also have this one.
Okay, then right click.
Right click.
And it should say group.
Yeah, quick group.
So there we go. So now if you can name the group sketch or sketch layer, whatever you want to name it.
I just sketch, and then if I hide it, oh, it hides the entire sketch. Cool.
Yeah, but you can also still hide the individual parts.
Okay.
And
let's just reposition that back to middle.
Together. So do you want to move the sketch down to the very bottom layer, just above background?
Yes. And then I've got, that's the paint test. I'll quickly group these into a group just named paint test. And I'll have that at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Have them visible, but then hide them again. There we go.
Yep.
And then I got the overlay and just a blank one which I can get started on.
Yes.
Print front left. So let's get the front left one done first.
Yes. Yeah, so the important thing is you can do whichever layer you want first as well.
I think I'll actually get the tree itself done first.
I would, yes. I'd get the main trunk and such done before adding
the main trunk and such before branches.
Well, the trunk and the branches before the greenery, because they will dictate where the greenery goes.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're being more restrictive.
Could lower the opacity of just the
Yep.
sketch layer. Cool.
Yep.
Because they're rather thick, and I want to avoid like fucking around with them too much, or not seeing much.
So
Doing a little bit of waves to make it look a bit more natural.
So
Too straight,
are
not
you-
too much, right?
planning to have it outlined?
Not really in the end. No. Would I start off just straight away with watercolors? Actually, watercolor
You
style.
can start off straight away with the colours.
Oh, I can. Okay, then.
You
So
don't
what
need
was the brush that we were going to go for? It was,
You don't need outlines
Okay.
and stuff. If
Mhm.
you're just gonna, because you've already basically got your outline there
Yeah. Okay.
in the sketch. So unless you're going to outline it,
No.
you don't necessarily need to start with an outline. You can, but I'll tell you in a minute once you figure out which paintbrush you're using.
Yes. I
I
need to
would-
quickly test a couple
Or
of
What I do.
waters quickly. That a bit too splotchy. That's very nice. That is a bit too matte of a color, I think.
I wouldn't say matte. It's very smooth.
Smooth, yeah. I like this one. There's a reason why I like the watercolors, and it's the naturally rough look that it can give.
Mm. So yeah, with this one you can start with these like edges and outlines and then build inwards with it.
I shouldn't have done multiple there. I should have just done one straight, I think. Let's start from the bottom up. And I'm starting with a thick pressure as well. I just had a
Yeah.
weird voice crack there.
Yeah, you're probably gonna be because these are very opaque. So
Yeah, I'm going to be doing multiple layers over here.
yeah, it depends exactly what effect you want.
Well, most of the shading is going to come from the charcoal later. So if I remove the sketch layer.
Yeah,
Fine
but it's
with
also about texture and such as well.
Yes. That's why I'm going for that more grungy
Yeah.
colour, or grungy watercolour. Did not mean for it to be that damn high. Just 30, thank you. Let's see how big that is. That's the eraser. Also, size is affecting how it looks as well, and I'm going to be smoothing it all out anyway, nearing the end. So,
Yeah, if you're planning to blend it, then yeah. Because if you're not too heavy-handed with your blending, you should be able to keep a bit of the texture.
Yeah. I think it's mostly wanting to keep most of the texture around the middle parts, like here and here. It doesn't matter too much, I don't think. Though that is a bit, like, I put on a lot of pressure and that was still a bit dark, a bit light.
Yeah, like there's definitely
That's kind of what comes with the watercolor, isn't it?
a pressure difference.
Right, 300 before. What was it at before? Was it 50 before? No. Before? Yeah, it was about 100. Let's put it to 90 instead. Yeah. And let's go back to remove that bit, and I can just go over. So I can always just erase the unwanted bits. Well, the idea is to slightly blend the colours into the parts in the background. So this tree is going to be slightly blended in with the grass behind it. and such. So it's like a dreamy look, is what I'm going for.
Yeah, ethereal.
Ethereal, I've never heard it described, so...
Yeah, you want kind of an ethereal.
Okay, I do not regret finding free music to play now. Just nice having something to vibe in the background. You probably have off. Yeah.
If I turn your stream on the entire
It'll be echoing, yeah. So then what was it I was going to use for blending? There was one brush I was going to use for blending.
Right.
It wasn't that one.
The cotton swab might be quite good. There's a gentle blending.
So like for about here, I would have to, if I lower opacity on something like that, it doesn't change it much, but if I change size,
you can also try the one next to it.
I think opacity does change it slightly. This one.
Yeah, opacity will.
I actually don't mind it there. Maybe if I shrunk its size down a little bit.
Yeah, you could try the one 2 down from it as well, because I don't know what that one is.
I will hover over.
Oh, like I don't know what effect that would give, or what kind of blending that does.
There's just a basic blender. The one down from it, or 2 down? Did you say?
That one.
Yeah, I was wondering. 1 down. That's the pixelated one. If I was doing pixel art, I actually wouldn't mind that one, but like. Actually, I want to do like brushing upwards from the darker color into the lighter color. You know what that looks like? It looks like it's an extremely knotted tree.
Hmm.
Actually, don't mind that look at all. But the fuzzy look I actually quite like. It's adding to that etherealness I'm trying to go for.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think you're going to want to do a bit more layering with it anyway.
The paint on it? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it is still very, very... if you add a layer just above your background and make it a darker, like a just straight up black, so that you can see the contrast.
Okay. Where's a fill tool? Here we go. And fill.
Yeah, so that is be what it looks like it's darker.
Okay.
Obviously that's the most extreme.
Yeah.
But you can kind of get it against, see what it looks like. So depending on what background.
Why am I doing that tool and I'm still on my black background? I need to remember to switch over the tools or switch over layers.
Mm. So yeah, you can switch back to your other background.
Actually, doing it on a black background at the moment, just doing the painting part on a black background might be best, so I can see where the lighter parts are.
Yes, yeah, you will be able to see the lighter parts easier.
Now I've got to remember what the watercolor paint I was using was. It was Fringe, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. It was.
It was. Nope, it was the one across from that.
This one here.
Yep.
Grain. Because I was going to use Grunge, but Grunge is horrible. It looks like you haven't put enough water into it.
Mm.
I'm not doing long strokes at the moment, I'm just doing quick ones, which I'm feeling comfortable doing because it's on a black background.
Fair. Just do what you feel comfortable.
Because I can use the blend tool to make it more notable where the parts are, like where the knot is and where the that lot. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, just do what you feel comfortable with, or however you feel comfortable doing it.
As long as I got basic lines that I can see and follow.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it is your piece.
That's a bit too dark still on the bottom. Let's get the couple more here, and then let's pull out the blend tool again and see what I can get out of it. Here again, it's not going to be too bad because that's mostly going to be charcoal painting there, or charcoal colouring there, and then charcoal shading. I'm mixing up everything, and then this is going to be hidden behind the green for the most part. So
yeah, it'll probably be seen through the green though.
Yeah.
Got to remember, this is going to be somewhat visible through the green because of the effect you're going for.
I don't even know how I'd describe how this looks. It looks like hair. Weirdly.
Yeah,
it looks like you're squinting your eyes and everything's gone up, but you got that very faint line instead of blurs.
I mean, you'll get there.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I actually prefer it over the grainy. It's adding to the wood texture, I think, a bit, but it's losing some of that water paint look. Which I need to add a bit more down here. And I should add some up here, which I'll just erase what's outside.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be exact.
Well, the blend tool will make it more natural looking anyway. Or it'll make it fit in the lines a little bit better. In the lines I've set myself. Which, if I turn off sketch now, I weirdly like that, like a lot.
That's good. Yeah, as long as you're happy with what you're getting.
Feels like I could put a little bit more here, but
yeah, you could do. Remember, just because the sketch doesn't have it.
No, I feel like that was just a bit of the sketch did have it, but I felt like it was just missing something here. It's like how with that lit wick and the flame, I felt something was missing from there. I just needed it to be a bit more And now to add in the branch, which I'm going to put on another layer, I think. Because it is going to be coming out and over, which then I can use the blend tool to blend it in, I think. Does that work?
I mean, you don't really blend between layers.
No, I mean that it would, if I use the blend tool, it would make it a bit fainter. And I could use shadows from charcoal anyway. Because like there would be some darkness around this part especially. It's annoying that the tablet is taking up both monitors. I am stuck on the right side of it. I forgot what I was doing now. The watercolor again.
Yes.
Which just go over it several times. And then go over 1, 2, 3. Is that more of an orange than a brown? Should I have gone darker?
It looks fine. So what is going to be behind this? What?
Is it like what's going to be on the floor and for the most part?
No, just behind the entire thing.
What do you mean?
Okay, so currently, if you have a white background behind, so currently you've got the black background.
Yeah, so if I got the white background, I'm thinking it'll be a black background.
Because because
the black background I think will add to the shadows as well as using the charcoal.
Or no background would probably not be the best thing.
Oh no, let's go for no background. It's perfect. Gone.
Because you could go for.
We'll go for a solid brown, like a very dark brown. Because that would work for the dirt as well, wouldn't it? Behind the grass.
Yeah, you could go for a lot of a variant. So that sentence ran away from me. Yeah, you could go for a darker brown.
I'm very bad at finding colours on colour wheels and such. So.
Well, you're currently at brown.
Yes, I am. So if I did something more of a... Instead of doing that, why don't I just make a new background, a new layer?
Or you can just...
test it with. Fill. Would have to be a little bit darker than that, wouldn't it? There?
I would personally go darker.
Darker? There?
Yeah, that works.
I agree.
Yeah, you could.
Would work with both the soil and...
No, this is just a packing layer, so it's what will come through.
Yeah, so it's like, if there's, with the grass below that is soil, which it would make sense if you see a bit more of a brown behind it. Behind the trees would be a bit of a brownish. It works for a natural looking scene, I think. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, ideally you'd probably want to make sure all of the background is covered.
Yeah.
Anyway. But it's just because of the transparency of the colours you're using.
Yeah.
You want something at the background.
Like how chalk definitely works best on a black background a lot of the time. Seen a lot of
No, because chalk is a solid, very opaque substance.
Would
Chalk
it then
doesn't.
depend on the paper?
Huh?
Would it then depend on the paper? Because rougher paper means it would get caught in the groove part, so it wouldn't be as solid. Like with the art paper I've got, how you can still see the paper through the charcoal.
Yes, but you've also rubbed the charcoal into it as well. Like if you layered enough charcoal onto something, it's gonna
the brushes will fill.
You're gonna see it.
Yeah.
So the thing with the charcoal, you can't do that against a black background because it is black.
I just realised I should have done like a solid colour of that brown I was using somewhere. I think I was using the same brown as my sketch anyway, so if I just up opacity.
With this,
yeah.
Also, if you look next to your colour wheel.
Oh, you can see the previous colours?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, with this, the background colour would be more akin to it is literally more akin to having a black canvas because you intend to use the dark colour. So you're using the canvas because when you then make a paint translucent, the canvas is going to show through.
Okay.
So you can then use that.
This here is what I meant by blend it into the brown. Blend it in, because you're not really blending the other layer. You're more using the blend tool to thin it out, so that it looks blended, like it's coming out of it. So if I zoom out now,
after you've done everything, you could merge those layers.
Yeah. Looks like this definitely has to be darker though, this branch, so
in theory, so yeah, you could merge those layers and then blend it properly if you wanted. You don't have to, obviously.
Looks like that has to be a bit darker. So
art at the end of the day is subjective. Right.
Looking at the time, you've probably got to go in a sec. So
yeah, so I'm gonna have to head off in a minute to start getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
I will leave you to it. I might be in the chat.
Okay.
Because I should be able to watch it as I walk. So
okay.
Yeah, so I might be in the chat.
Yep. Thank you.
And then I can join you again when I get back. Hopefully you get more viewers.
Yeah, I've advertised in Squishy's Discord, but that never normally ends up in me getting any more viewers at all, so...
Yeah, I think it's a bit hit and miss, but you're also doing art, so...
Yeah.
That
like something that Discord seems to like is art, so...
It is Squishy's Discord, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I've never advertised any of my art in there, so...
But anyway, I will...
Yeah, talk in a bit then.
As I said, I'll be in the chat, but...
Yeah. I'll end the Discord call as well. And I'll mute the Discord on, stream. because I like having that muted when it's not in use.
Yep. Okay. Bye-bye.
Take care. Okay. Definitely using the right watercolor thing there, wasn't I? I'm still thinking the blend tool will get it nicely natural into the background there, so... Trying to thicken the colour a little bit. Have it blend into there. That just made it too straight looking. That's saying something because I'm not into straights. Yeah, I've noticed when I'm in a call by myself, I just say the most random of shit. Also, I found out how to zoom in and out easier. That's very nice. Like that look. Honestly, I think I'll leave that tree for now. Let's look at how it is without the sketch. That branch could do with some work on it. That paint test. Ooh. Look at how dodgy the paint test looked. And now I've forgotten which one it was. Paint test. Yes, I don't need them both. Yeah, so I just need to erasure. Let's lower the size a bit. And actually be on the right layer will be nice. And I need a kind of straight edge to point a bit. I don't need it this thick. I think it would look better actually a lot thinner, so... And then I go to the blender tool, which I was already on. Ooh, that's a bit too big actually. It just blends it into the back a little bit. These bits here I'm thinking I might do, but I'll wait until I get the actual background down, because it might blend a little bit better with the rest of it. I don't need the overlay up. So that should be on the very top layer, so... So I don't need that tree up, it's the sketch I need. And let's get this tree over here done. Or at least the main colours. It'll actually zoom in, there we go. Then watercolour, I have no idea what some of these are, like there's this one. Oh, fills in a shape. I need a new layer for this. So let's make new. Rename that one front left branch. Let's see if I can change up the music to something else, because it's back to the first song now. This one, yeah. And that's going to be a separate branch on it, so if I just do what is up with me in trying to do this side? I'm gonna use my fucking mouse in a second. And there's a knot there, so if I go around it, like that, there's another one going up. This would go like this. It would go there, this one will go down with it. That wasn't correctly done. So, round and go down. Yeah. Round and go down. The rest of that knot would go up. And I'm thinking up into this. Coil around. And that knot goes there. So now I pull the stands back out. Follow the edge of the tree, or what I want to use the edge as part of the blend tool so I can get those two bits blended in. Would you like to actually go down? No? Okay, I have to use my mouse, cool. And I don't have the high enough opacity, cool. Let's put it back to the 90 that it was at. Really fucking like having that darker brown just around there, but that's only darker because of the black background. Just super faint at the moment. Yeah. I should put more layers in. Lay that over. Why did that all of a sudden look really phallic to me? Ugh. I need to get my mind out the fucking gutter while doing art. Otherwise, I'm just gonna literally ruin everything I make. Bear in mind, at least. If I remove sketch, I have to blend up near the top, but I actually really like that tree. It's not the black background I'm running at the moment, it's the brown one. That's why it's a darker brown and not straight up way too dark. Let's do a couple more little stretches down here. Going back to blend tool. Fortunately, the blend and watercolors are like super close together, so it makes them easier to go between. And this one is over this one, so I need to... There we go. If I get rid of the background, there isn't anything there at the moment, so if I put some black in on a different, or a really dark brown on a different layer, so where's that dark brown I used before? Here. I'm gonna just do a new layer. Then put it underneath. Keep putting it in. There we go. That should be fine now. I want to turn off sketch. That should be fine. So I am gonna use the... I'm just addicted to that blend tool now at this point. But I want to erase the bits I don't need, so around here. And then if I do the blend tool afterwards. That's the wrong fucking tool, thank you. And it took the eraser and turned it into the blend tool. I just made... Blend the dark in. Blended it. It's meant to be straight up and down, so there. There we go. And that. It's extremely basic. Literally anyone could probably make this better than I am. it's those. And now I need sketch back so I can get the branch. I'm painting on the wrong layer. Which layer was that? Oh, this was front, right, not. Front, right, tree. What I should do, follow the naming convention I've done in the past. Tree, front, right. But a free tree, front, left. Branch, front, left. Not. Front, right. And tree, front, right. This is the black background, not brown one. Brown, there we go. Now I'll lock these ones, I think. I've got the paint test, which I have to take another look at in a minute to see which brushes I used. But I did note down most of the names. The main thing at the moment is getting this branch done, which requires a new layer. Branch, front, right. It's not front, it's front, right. Oh yeah, I'm still on the darker brown. Oh. Yeah. The lighter brown I've been using. I'm gonna do erasure. And the blend tool. Make sure I'm on the right brush. Need to blend it out. That's a bit too thick, I think. I need to blend it out a bit more. In. And that goes this way. Now I need to go over it again. Make it darker. Keep losing where the paintbrush tool is that I'm using. A bit deeper. Oh, having trouble with the slider. There. Now I erase. Then I'll go over it with a smaller. I have the layers hidden, I can't do it, okay. Yeah, I'll go over it with a smaller. Oh, I just realised I fucked up a bit there. Maybe about here. There. Go over it with a smaller blend tool. Get it down a little bit. We can do it with the other branch. Scale it down to 10. That's a bit small actually. Scale it down to 15. 15's a bit better. It's doing too much to it. Oh no, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. That was redo? Control Shift Z. Oh, okay then, I can work with that. Okay, if I zoom out, bring in the left tree, remove sketch. I don't like how that branch has come out compared to the other one. I fucked up with it. Oh well. Start over. That has come out just poorly in general. Bring back sketch. And let's remove the tree actually. Blending still. If I do something similar to how I did with the other side then, where I shrunk down the tool maybe? Shrink it down to 30. Then it won't go out of the lines as much and of the sketch that I made, which is somewhat the size I want, though I was uncomfortable with this one size to begin with. Much better than what I was getting. Start there and then grow out. And then I'll up the size of it a bit again. A second. Yeah, I want that little squiggly bit at the back here and here. There. Now I increase the size again so I can get this back end. Boost it to 60. because I've made the tree the tree's color deeper on this side, it's made it a bit harder to overall make out that, I think. But we've not even put in shadows yet, so I can't really say much about visibility. Cool. And boost it again back to, what was that, 30? Oh, let's boost it to 45. 45 is a good number. That looks a bit better. That looks a lot better than it did before. Though, I think I agree with what Kieran said earlier about it giving more spooky other than ethereal. Then again, they do look like dead trees at the moment. Also, the right one is just so fucking basic. I really have to use the blend tool on it a bit more, I think. Kind of scratch up the colours. Actually, okay, this is going to be something dangerous to do. Let's save it quickly, because this is high likelihood of fucking up. But I want to be experimental with this, so let's put it to 50 opacity on the eraser. Do not want touch on. No, thank you. Okay. There, and then I blend tool. Which should, yes, is knock down the colours a tad. Or the density of it. Whatever. It's made the colours a little bit more different. Though I think I should have done a much lower opacity change. If I change opacity to 10, and it would be down here, then I do blend. One little streak, that's all it should need. And I take the colours from the top, blend them down. Yeah, that looks better. Color variety in it, and still sticking with the blending of watercolors which I've been using before. Not as good as the left side, still looks a bit too matte or solid, my liking, whereas this one looks like it has multiple like shades and all that. This one is just bland, but I think that'll be fixed with the charcoal anyway. So, out of curiosity now for how it would look, let's make a new layer and name it Left Leaves. Three left leaves, isn't it? No, just leaves left. Leaves tree left. There we go. I'll use that one. Then put it onto the left side again. And has to be over. So what was the brush I was going to use for these? I wanted to test out one in particular, which I believe was this one. But if I find a sort of green I'd want to use for them, I want to sort of... That's the wrong... I'm going to be on sketch while I do this one. There we go. Now onto this one, because I can hide that side. And then I'll go over it again in a different shade of green, I think. And the branch on the left or the branch on the right? Because I think I did improve the branch on the right a bit as soon as I got the colours into it. I just don't like how the tree itself looks, the trunk, because I think it looks a bit too... I'm going to use the term matte because I don't know what the term would be, but it looks a bit too solid compared to the one on the left. Especially this stretch here. Whereas like here you got a lot more texture to it. That was it, it doesn't look as textured. Also it looks kind of like a dick coming out of its head, so... I don't know if you heard, but earlier I thought this looked extremely phallic. Like the knot. Let's pull up the sketch again so I can keep doing this. But I think I might shrink its size. I like that. Don't know about using the blend tool on though, but I'll save it before I try because I can always just reopen it. Blend tool. There it is. Lost my stylus for like a second there. Just really blending the bits in the middle. So I might lower the opacity on the blend tool just a tad. I'm doing this all in one stroke anyway, so I feel like I'm having a stroke whenever I'm doing art. I do. For some reason. Honestly, I actually quite like that green splotchiness of it. I can get rid of some of the unwanted bits that are a little bit further down the trunk, like here. Here's kind of the unwanted bits. Without it looking... I'm just using the blend tool on that, I just realised. I was going to be using the erase tool. Now that you can hear the music, what do you think of it? Like just having some lo-fi in the background. Oh, I forgot I lowered the eraser down to 10%. No wonder it actually wasn't erasing shit. It was just blending. It is. It's just something to vibe to. And the eraser tool just doesn't work. For that. Okay. If I just reopen. There we go. can't undo that, but I can get rid of it. So. Let's see, let's just skip to the next. Let's see what else there is. I can't believe that I was able to find this, to be honest. A group that allows you to use their music. All you have to do is credit them. It is amazing. I don't know if I'd use this while playing games, but definitely while, like, you know, streaming art. So I probably wouldn't be streaming much art, it will mostly be when I'm doing this background. Oh, okay. So the new stream overlay I'm using, which I showed you for my Streamlabs, so much better. Being able to see how loud the music is and just switch over to turn it down a little bit if it's too loud, it's great. I've just looked out the window and yes it is. Does that mean it's hot out as well? Yeah, let's remove the sketch. That's good. I like that. Let's just get rid of some of these unwanted, very small fraying off pieces. I would not want to be out right now. If it's hot out, you know how I am with the heat, I would literally melt. Okay, gotta say, that actually looks decent. I actually really like how that's turned out. I'm gonna zoom in on a bit of it, and it looks like leaves. I could use the blend tool in the middle of it, maybe? That is not the blend tool. Actually, I was going to lower the opacity on the blend tool, wasn't I? Ooh, I do like a nice breeze. Like, I got my window open at the moment, and then I got my 2 fans on. Because I just have to have it cold in my room, and even on the days recently where it's not been sunny, I have to have the fans on. Should I add a darker or lighter shade of green splotches on here now? Or should I go for the yellow like I was originally thinking when we discussed this yesterday, wasn't it? Thank you. I was trying to keep the splotches around the tips of the branches, so I was trying to stick to that. Oh. So should I go for a darker green? Which will come out more as that, and it would literally just be left like that, sort of. Maybe blend it in just a little bit. So I got the very low opacity on blend. Okay, so go for a lighter green then. So something more like this. Or should I put it more towards like edges? Actually, I should see what it looks like from a distance. Oh, and I'm doing light. Yes, I have. So having some lighter would be nice. And I'll stick it to the middle and give it. It's doing that thing again. I fucking hate when it's not. I should really mark in my titles it's an 18+ stream. Just hitting a couple of these and just like blend them in just a little bit. That. Okay, so I was trying to stick to the edges on the bottom here and just like spatter them in the middle. Just quick brush on it. Yeah, tree. Let's put that on a different layer instead of the same layer. I don't know why I did it on the same layer. So leaves, tree left, lighter. And keep it light press, and then splatter along like that, down. Ooh, I'd like it to be more of a splatter here. I feel like I need to shrink that size again. Shrink it to 150. That just feels too small now. Hundreds. That. And I probably won't even blend those, because I think it looks fine how it is. That does look nice, I think. So I'll just replicate on the other side. Let's make a new group for the left tree. So it's this one, these, right click, group, quick group, left tree. There we go. Then use this green, which is the one I was using before. The size to 300. And I need a new layer. You can see it when you're back, and we can make changes. That's why I'm trying to keep stuff on different layers, though I should be keeping stuff on different layers anyway, instead of putting that green on where I was putting it. I named it leaves tree right. pretty much held down, didn't it? It splattered. Oh, just drop the stuff. I am very clumsy today. Now, if I hide the sketch, then I can get an idea of how much to fill in and where. Then I can get the little strays out in the distance. I don't know how I feel about the green and misty bit that's behind all of it. I was just putting down the spatters until I saw that. But in the background behind it, I'm going to be putting greens and browns, and I could put a very, very low opacity blend on the edges in particular. If I choose a blend like this one, low opacity, so 20. I'm currently using the eraser end instead. Just blurring it a bit, which is what I'm after. Actually, I wanted more of a stretch out, didn't I? So this is probably actually the best blur. Blender smear, rake, knife edge. It blending into nothing I don't think is working very well. Let's see what 25 does. That looks a little bit better. It's adding that haziness to the green on the edges of it, which I don't really know how to feel, to be completely honest, but it has those green smears, I kind of have to work with them. Very light on those, and actually, let's just see what it's like having it green, because I'll probably just have to redo it, I think. But if I just blend over the whole thing, and then compare it to the other side. Instantly just prefer the left side. So right side leaves it going then. That means pulling out the eraser. Just make sure I get it all. Okay, left tree, goodbye. Now, show them on the right side. Yes, that's the spatter. I will change it to 200. Turn on the sketch. I just have an empty layer here. Let's remove this layer because it's still got stuff on it, and I don't want that. Okay. Stay closer to the middle, just to avoid getting those little spotches around. You also just have to linger around the edges here of the branches. Pop here. And then I get rid of the sketch, and then I just go off by feelings then. And I think the only changes I'll have to make are these little specks around here, because I seem to have kept the little specks on the other side. Sketch is the left side. Yeah, I seem to have kept all the little specks. No, I just did a lot less erasure on the left. That was it. It was the very faintest of the little specks. Because the problem I think I had a second ago wasn't that I had the green hue. I did try the other blenders and they weren't giving me any goods. Actually, I didn't try. There are other ones. There's literally just a basic ass blender, isn't there? That probably could have given me the effect I wanted if I just upped the size of it. Oh well. Live and learn, but I think part of the problem I was getting was that I was getting that green hue, but I was also removing all of the bits around it so it looked a lot less natural. So if you notice here, like, there's the green hue behind them, obviously, but there's still the little specks outside. I wasn't just leaving the green hue. Like, there's still the little specks that's not really affected by it at all. So... and then I'll go to the lighter green. I hope that was the light green I was using. It looks like it. Then I'll create a new layer. Call it tree leaves. Right. Lighter. I believe that's what I called it on the side. Yeah. I think that's part of the problem I've always had with trying to make any sort of thing using colours, is I always mess up some way in blending or making certain colours work with others on top of others. That makes some semblance of sense. I like most of what I say. Green in the middle. No, that green should be a little bit around here. And then I'll choose a lower, a much smaller size. It's like 100. Half the size, and then just... yeah. And that's the advantage of doing it right now, is that I'm getting that practice in. And I didn't blend it in the middle. I don't like that green on the right side, to be honest. It looks a lot better without it in the middle. It's because this one's not in a rounded shape, so I was able to work with it a little bit more, but I don't know how to work it on the right side. Well, let's put the sketch again, and just while I'm trying to think about that, I'll get the tree in the background done, which I will be doing in its entirety as best I can. So if I do you, because you have one extra piece. Root. Right tree. There we go. That's not easy to work with. I just have to favorite this song so that it can come up in others. Where is it? Because I'm trying to construct a playlist at the moment of songs that I can just have on. Now, new. Right. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I definitely don't struggle with patience at all yet. Practice, that's sketches. Why am I... No. Actually, sketches. I can hide the trees at the front now, can't I? So that... the front trees. Ooh, maybe I should get the bush done next, actually. No, let's get all the trees done first, and then I'll get in the rest of the foliage. And I can finally actually use colours. And lower the sketch back to where it was at 20. Why am I on the sketch layer? Need to increase size a bit. Because the trees are going to be like the main feature of this, I think. The trees and the path. And then the foliage are going to be a side piece. So if I can get those done first, which are going to be very simple looks. It shouldn't matter how far down I go, because the trees are going to be knotted. There's going to be a bit of iffy to them. I just realised that some of these tunes actually have lyrics to them. Well, they're taking me this long to notice. There. Pull out the blend tool. Which is, again, too small. There we go. This is the right tool. Get rid of those and then redo them. I'm going too far down now, I've noticed. Hay fever is a bitch. But I wouldn't know, I don't have it. The only family member in this household who does not have fucking hay fever. It's hilarious. I can lord it over everyone else. Bitch. Why do I keep clicking on that by accident? I should lock it as well, so I don't lose the paint layer testing. I can probably also fit that one in the same layer. I don't see a reason why not to. I don't see a reason why not to. So, let's name it. You know, I'm going to allow that this once. Because it wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me. But seriously, hay fever must be like a real problem, just in general. Could not imagine the pain. I just need to take a moment to stretch. How long have I been at this now? Almost 2 hours? There we go. Shoulders were tensing up a little bit. So, I think I'm going to take a break in a bit anyway when I actually hit the 2 hour mark. I really like that look, actually, on the bottom here. If I remove the sketch, I really like that. I don't know how I feel about it being really rounded down here, so yeah. I'm so curious what the fuck this does. Nothing. Oh, God, I think I know which one you're talking about. It's on a corner, isn't it? Or at the end of a corner part. It's been there for absolutely years, hasn't it? I think I know exactly the one you're talking about. Ah, okay. I'll talk to you later then. You take care. I'll see what I can have done by the time you get back. Why is the tree leaves so dark in comparison? Oh, I think I know why. Yeah, might have to do something about that. But these ones don't need changing. It's this one. Solid and a slightly darker green underneath it. Or watercolor in a slightly different green. Over this. Is that tree? If I look at it now. Oh, yeah. No wonder it's over. I don't need this bit. It's going to be behind them. My own stupidity astounds me. I'll remove the sketch now. Let's see. I think up next I'll do the path. There's very little else I can do for the trees at the moment until I start doing the shadows, but I want the rest of the thing made before I do that. And I'll be working off of the light on the trees for that as well. Trying to replicate the look of charcoal. I still don't like how textureless that tree is. Looks horrible to me. Let's just get rid of it now. So what sort of colour should I do for the background? Because as I get the path done, I can also get the rest of it done, I think. The grassy bit. So I'm looking to do a bit of a browny grey. So if I choose the same sort of grey brown I've done there. Actually, let's look up a reference image. Browny grey. Sorry. Just do it on this layer to test it. Just sort of how it would look. Maybe a little bit more of a brown. Also, I might as well be testing on a different layer. The actual layer that I want it to use. So. Which will be behind the trees, but in front of those trees, so... A little bit more brown. I'm trying to go for a dirt path that's been trodden in. That's how it's been made. It's not in there intentionally by any means. Other than constant use. So it's very simple. Sketchy colour. Also, I just hate drawing in that angle anyway, going from... Because I was trying to do that sort of angle with this branch, and it came out terribly. So... I'm definitely going to have to use the blending tool here, I think. More than anywhere else, I'm going to have to use it here. So let's test out different blending tools. So first this one. I should do it without the trees. I wanted to keep some of that roughness if it can. That is not the sort of blend I think I'm actually looking for. So I should add a little bit more colour to this little bit here. And then from behind the tree. I am using an erasing tool on my back end, aren't I? Not. No, that is a blending tool, because I'm an absolute idiot. There we go. Nope. I dislike how the watercolor's not come out as a solid. So I think I might try taking sections of the background and moving it forwards in some way. No, because I still got to do all the shadows. I can still make it a bit more matte coloured, more solid coloured. I still got time. I'm just absolutely horrible with watercolours is all. That's why I'm testing this. Now, I do the blending tool I've been doing this whole time. It gets it a little bit better than that other one I was using. This one is meant to look rough anyway. I'm going to be putting patches of green in there, so fill up that space with green. So if I can figure out what colour I'm using for the grass, well, I'll be using multiple colours, I guess, and then blending them together. But I have been up to this for over 2 hours now, so I'm just going to take a quick 5-10 minute break, and then I'll be right back after I grab a drink. I will leave the music playing for you guys. And I'm back. I hope I haven't been missed. And let's get right back to it. So, what was it I was doing? I was going to look for a type of green to use on the path, wasn't I? But I think I should remove the sketch from view. And I should also remove the trees. I'll keep the back trees actually, and I'll keep the right tree. But left tree is just taking up too much space. Felt a bit clustered. Which won't be a problem when I'm streaming with this as a background. Shouldn't anyway. Here we go. Need this colour in, or that type of brush. And one that I can do. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Here we go. Okay, let's copy the lighter green. Go something around here. And shrink the size down again. Let's go for 30. But it's just meant to fill up those spaces. I feel like I'm abusing the blend tool a bit much here. But if it's an option, then I'm going to be using it. And it is an extremely helpful option. Take the green as far out as I can. Come on. Just need to stretch it about. Maybe I should have put that on a different layer actually. Should have put that all on a different layer. I'm going to hurt my finger by pressing Ctrl Z this much. Dirt. Grass. Now I need to find the watercolor thing I was using, which is this one. Here, 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 and I put another one about here. Then I go back to Blender, full. That one's a bit more of a green in. Now, I need it all to flick across the path as best it can. I feel I should have put a second coat on that one there on the left in the middle. So, put it here, second coat. Do a second coat. Here, and I want that to kind of stretch over to here as well. Let's just get that. Doesn't matter if that spills over just a little bit, but because OCD kills me inside every day, there we go. Maybe try a lighter touch, Ellie. This was very stupid of you. Lighter blend. Lighter. I don't want it to fully remove the green, I just want it to remove the lines. It's horrible. That looks 90 shades of horrible. I think I'm gonna have to go off of watercolors or use a different brush for the grass, and I'm gonna have to take a bit more time with it. I'm gonna do something like this. With that green hue, I actually don't mind that. I think I wouldn't mind it too much. Let's see how it looks from a distance. It looks nothing like the rest of it, so it looks out of place. So actually, I keep pressing the wrong thing. I keep pressing Control Y, which is soft proofing. I need that off. It would look too different, I think. It would look way too different, so let's avoid that one. Could use that one. This one. Okay. There's also this one, which actually has some delay on it, putting stuff down. This one, which also has delay. This one, which is just weird. Huh. Wait. Okay, I gotta try something quickly. That's water pattern. Let's go to my paint tests. Let's pull up this one. And do... it's locked. And let's up the size of this one to 10, just so I got something to work with. I switched over the eraser to that pen. I keep doing the wrong things. Need that gone, so I got some more space to work with. I know what colours they were and what brushes they were anyway. I got all of them noted down for the most part. So, first thing I want to test is this. Second thing I want to test is this. Still on the eraser tool, so I have to be on the eraser tool. Then I want to test out this. It fades it out like it's watercolor. Okay. So I could use that as a sort of blend. Oh. Okay. If I hold down, it continues to blend it. Let's note that down. I didn't know what that tool was. I want to see water pattern. Water, see. Water. So that's like 5, 6 brushes noted down. Also, there's quite a few other brushes that I wanted to test out at some point, like this one, which is this one here. Okay. I thought I was on a completely different app for a moment there. Keep those up. Get rid of that. Turn on the trees again and the path. Back trees. Feels like those back trees could actually do with some more colouring on them. So let's quickly do that. Freeze. Now I go for my neutral blend tool. Very gentle this time. That's apparently a just color. No idea what it does. I have to learn what some of these do at some point. Oh, that's a plain ass marker from my paint. That with a faint brush over. I don't have to use a watercolor paint all the time. I'm trying to stick with that aesthetic, but I don't have to use it now that I've got the watercolor pattern that I can use. Which makes stuff look like watercolors. Also, let's turn on my brown background again. Not the black one, the brown one. That was weird. I'm just taking a moment to look over it and see what's missing. Other than like the grass and the bush I want to add in, obviously. Okay, let's just get the bush in, because I think there's not much I can do with a path until I get someone else's help, until Lloyd gets back. So you are behind everything, and I name you Bush. And what I'm going to do for you is that exact same splatter that I did for the top of the leaves. So 100 really the right size? Wow. Or really too small. No, it's not. 100 is the perfect size. Let's do 150 actually. Yep, and then I will switch over to a shade of green. Go for this one. Actually, this one. That's my lighter green that I've used. That's my normal green, okay. Oh, is it? I've lost track of fucking everything now. Here's the darker green. The green I was normally using. And I want to remove everything that's behind that tree as well, that's coming from this bush. So At some point I will be blending the colours in. It will be the brown of the tree I blend into the green. So the brown will be overlapping it. Because the over colours are going to be lapping over the back colours, I think. This is so simple. I've fallen in love with it. And I'm making very little progress, I've noticed at the moment. I need something darker, I think. Yeah, I've realised what I've done now. I've used the lighter green, whereas I need this darker green. Really doesn't look like I'm putting down much, does it? Now I raise. Here we go. Nope. Nope again. That went well that time. And remove the sketch. I like that. I like that bush how it is. I could put little dots in it, red dots for berries. It's the path I don't like. The path looks absolutely hideous. I probably wait to get some more recommendations from Lloyd for that one. Because I'm still learning a lot of things about colours, colour theory in general, so like having his help. But I can get like a base green down for grass. If I remove the sketch and just look for something, I can figure out how to get the grass done if I just experiment with brushes. So if I make another paint test layer, hide these ones, keep this one. Keep it on the brown because that's kind of what I'm testing them on. Yeah, I was doing a lot of brush testing. Didn't really find much at the time. We'll go for something very basic like that. Actually, first off, let's check. This has to stay as the eraser tool. The back end of my stylus. What? What have I done? Oh wait, this is an older version of it. I've opened it without closing the old one. No, I won't. I'll keep this one because that's all my updated. Wait, actually, what does it look like at the moment? Get rid of paint test. Get rid of sketch as well. Honestly, I really like it. Still, despite how funky it's looking, I really like it. Especially the leaves. The leaves add a decent amount at the moment, so like... Get rid of the black layer. Let's keep the brown layer on. And it is paint test that I want to keep on, removing these two. So... Let's up my brightness a little bit more so I can better see. Actually, no, I need my brightness down back to 75. Lemonade on a hot day just hits different. Okay, so I've got faint, which can also go dark or harder. There we go, and let's test the other ones. Low opacity. Pencil. I'm very bad at getting like pressure down. Oh, I know this one. And there's this one. Which let's get the faint into the hard. I don't think I want to use any ink at all, but oh, light pressure keeps it. Listen. Oh, okay, that's not half bad. I'll note this. Marker, no. Action. There's something that I can then use with watercolor blend special. Here it is. That one looks very blurry to begin with, so that one it just won't work with. It'll completely remove the color entirely. That one it will remove the color entirely. That one isn't half bad. I can still keep some of the lines if I make sure to draw them correct in certain ways. Okay, let's see what happens if I brush in different directions of the color. still keeps the same directional look. Okay. This I think was a bit much. This one I think has potential, which was... I have forgotten which one that was. I should have been noting these down as I got them tested. That one, it was this one, wasn't it? Nope. No, was it? No, this one was that one, which means it was after. So I then tested this one. Give me that. So it was 4. This one? No, that's that one, which I actually quite like as a cartoonish style. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck that one was now. Okay. I'm thinking it was some sort of pencil. It was this one, wasn't it? Yeah. It was... let's mark that one down. The potential. Pencil 6. Quick. Which I'm going to be using with the watercolor thing. Oh. Cool. Okay. Blank. So, okay. Let's just pull up. No, I don't want to pull up the background. What I want to do is get all this grass drawn on. Don't I? Avoiding where the path is. So pencil 6 is yeah, that's in the right place, and it's not you, it's on sketch. Ooh. And then I need a, oh yeah, sketch. Yeah, I can remove you now. Remove the bushes. I can remove the back trees. I can remove that because that I'm using as like a lining for when it's going to get dense. I should actually keep that because I haven't done anything on that yet. Yeah, I haven't done anything on it yet. It's meant to be like right behind that tree and before that one it gets really dense. Like a lot taller grass. So that's going to be a pain to do, but... Why did I keep removing the sketch? I'm going to keep that up. First path. Actually, no, I should keep the trees and bush up as well. And then I do put here, new layer underneath everything again, and just grass. And all I need to do is make sure it's brushed in a direction where I want the grass to be growing. Yep. And now I test it with you, whose opacity I will change to 75. Also, whose size I need to change, so... I'm thinking I need to take a full break from this, because I've been at this for almost 3 hours. And I have made a decent amount of progress. There's only so much you can do, I think, if you're a novice and need a massive amount of help but don't have anyone. And it actually scroll. I hate that. How that looks close up. Honestly, not bad. That isn't half bad. I'm using the same type of green as the bush. It's this type of green instead, actually. Like, on top of the distinguish. But I want that faint, actually, I think. Faint's dashing through it. Then I do the blend tool that I had. No, because blend would ruin the line work unless I keep it going with. No, it would ruin the texture that I had. Fucking scroll, please. There we go. The watercolor effect is working as a sort of blend, and it's keeping it in that direction. What I should have done was watercolor blend the two at the same time. Because right now, like, there's distinguishable lines, like right here, and I need those sort of for texture, which is why I chose that brush. Pencils one, but let's save this. Okay, yeah, I'm going to remove that layer and remake it. So remove layer. Pictures, paint test, there we go. So here I need new layer, travel name, grass, grass, yes. And then it's looping the music again. We have been at this for so long, it's looping the music several times. Don't know why I'm counting these. I'm just gonna go over them again in the other green. And the other green is going to fill in all the gaps as well. I need the colours. Yes, here, this one. Make sure it fills in all the spaces. The blackened areas. But make sure it's always spiking upwards, because that is the way the grass is. Up. Okay, now that's done. Let's erase here. Watercolor effects. I need to up the opacity of that back 100 so it does it a little bit quicker. I should also increase the size. This is why I needed to fill in the black as well. Oh, this music is making me really tired. These are like lo-fi beats to fall asleep to. Probably the worst part. Yeah, knew it would look horrible without the background on it. But because it's a sort of brown background, it looks like the soil, like the dirt beneath it, which is kind of what I was going for. So could do the rest of the grass now, actually. That's something I can do quickly. So let's pick the light green. Or correct lighter green. Why I'm so tired all of a sudden. Let's find my First we switch over to my main brush. Pencil tip. Oh! There's chalk shit. Ah, no. No. Oh, Critter, you know how much I love my chalk work. Oh. Chalk grainy. I guess chalk soft. Yeah. Soft chalk. Oh. Charcoal pencil. One of my favorite types of pencil. There's also going to be like another type of charcoal. Yeah, charcoal pencil medium and thin. Yeah. Oh, it hit me in all the good spots now, seeing that. Time for me to grass. What is with that UFO noise being used? Actually, it's something I can do. Let me get rid of the tree leaves visibility, because I can still put the grass underneath it because it might be partially visible. So here we go. That's my headphones dead. I hope you can still hear everything. Oh, at least the stream isn't crashing. Famous last words, but at least it isn't. I think I found out what the problem was with my stream crashing. Views now. I'm actually liking... Oh, I'm liking that without the blending now. I'm really liking that without the blending. Because I can put in the other green on top of that. Actually, I should put it behind a branch. Like, that blends a little bit better. And then I can do the eraser tool. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to the darker green and put that on top now. Oh my god, why is the pencil coming out so much better? screen needs to be a bit more sporadic in there. Fucking hell, why do I like that? I just like childish things. That's, it looks like a child's drawn it, but I like it still. Then I have to redo the wood on the trees because it's still a bit too orangey for my liking. So bad at picking out colours, but one thing I'm good at is finding ways around shit. So let's redo this bit here. With the lighter green again. Keep pressing all the wrong buttons. I have so many problems with this tablet. But that picks up both monitors is kind of annoying. If I can like go into settings or something, can change it about so it only uses the one monitor, so I can have a little bit more room. A little bit of extra room to work might be helpful. And then the darker one. I'd keep it all going in one direction, because if I suddenly did like to the sides, that would look very weird. Wheels. Okay. Wheels, scrolls. I swear sometimes I just cannot speak, and I do not know what words are. Let's see what it looks like with all the green on it. I think the grass could probably do with using a lighter shade still, even on the darker parts. Out the other tree with it. Yeah, because it's using the same shade of green, I've just realised that's not what I was looking for. Could change the leaves about? No, that would be a bit more hassle. Oh, I've been at this for 3 hours? This does not feel like 3 hours of work. Looking at what I had beforehand. Yeah. I'm just having a problem with colours at the moment, I think. So the overlay there. Yeah, I need some sort of darker brown, so if I... go to this one. I only like that because I got the background on it. If I got rid of the white background, well, just to check. Yeah. I need a more... I need a way of texturing it while also filling it, so it doesn't have that show all the stuff in the background or behind it. And the layers behind it. That's... just need to think of a resolution for that. Okay. I need a moment to stretch my legs. They have been killing me. Not used to sitting down for this long. Although it's pretty much my hobby. So I have to redo the grass with slightly different shades of green. Bring back the blanket. We're going to be keeping the brown background on the thing anyway. But let's see what I've got. Save. Save. Now, let's test out the thing I wanted to test, which was give it an ethereal look, which is what I'm trying to do with the blending on the left tree. By drag blending into the forcing it. Why I was on the grass layer, I am stupid. It is the left tree I want, and it is the front. Yes. It is the trunk. Just dragging it in. Give it that sort of ethereal look. Hazy. Now if we go to the branch. That is a bit much. Wow, this song's... I don't even know what instrument that is. And I've also like lost track of where I was on the soundtrack, so... yeah. One time. Haze. There we go. I also needed like haze in that way. I don't like how that branch has been fucked up now. Like I might on an entirely new layer do that blur. Do the haze. Like, I'm on opacity 25% and it is completely destroying in one swipe. Yeah, it wasn't around here. Maybe it's because I put on a bit more colour to it. I did a couple more coats. Okay, best way to check. You're in the background. Nope. No, because I put more coats on the top. And that's exactly why it's going like that, because I put more coats. Because that's the denser colour. Is it denser? Well, it's got more to it. So, let's do... Let me do back trees and do the same thing. Haze it. And then right tree. This one's been favorited if I can find it. All we have. Okay. I need to find it now. I need to add it. There we go. Favorited it. There we go. Now I can have that on future streams. Probably not my stream on my phone, so I can see what's going on from you guys' perspective. Also, I'm going to upload this to YouTube there. No, it's blurring inwards a bit too much. I have to keep swiping outwards. Keep lifting, then going. I hate that it's blurring inwards. But yeah, I think I'm just having to redo the colour of the wood. So if I can find some sort of colour shift. I'm just thinking of how to do that because I've never done something like that before. I could just completely change the colour I use. So go for more of a darker. Switch over to the watercolour. Dog going off. Oh, let's see. I did this briefly and just did like several coats of it. Why am I doing that over? It's going to be on a new layer. How stupid can I be? let's hide that. It's not needed. New layer. Not what I wanted to do. New layer here. 3, 8, recolor. I should hide everything else. So left tree, grass, bush, keep the sketch, get rid of the white background. Actually no, get rid of the black background so I can make sure that I'm getting it into the right. I really want to do watercolors so badly for this, but I'm kind of regretting it at this point. That's a little bit better. Darker still, though. Now it looks more grey than anything. That looks a little bit more browny. That's more browny. I like that. Okay, so just highlight paint test. Go into this one. This one. I need to erase a good chunk of it. So, like, but I didn't really do much here. I was just testing brushes. I don't really need this one, but I can still use it for other things. So, like, I can use this for getting down the color I need if I do it as a matte black marker. Obviously, bigger size. Let's put it to 50. So this sort of brown. Then this green. This green. Also got this green, which is in between. That is not a green I'm using, but should still note it down actually, because it's mildly darker than that one. What else was I going to use? I think those are just the colours I'm using, so. Just need to crack my back, I think. I don't have any back support on my chair. What else is there that I was missing? Yeah, let's go back to this instead of stretching all the time. So, considering taking a break from this. Like, saying that's it for today. Hey, you're back. The timing is amazing, yes. Well, since you're back, I think I could prolong this because my concern was that I have no idea what I was doing next. I was just getting a colour palette down, because I hadn't actually made one until now. So that was smart of me. But I get rid of the overlay. This is what I've got. I've realised that it's a bit too orange. So I want to recolor it, and I think I found the right sort of brown that I want to use. It's this one here. Or if I pull up the paint testing, move those. This brown. Top. Yeah, you can see this especially with the bush, which is the same color as the leaves. I kind of may have used the exact same shade for the grass. I'm just saying the same thing over and over because I've just been confused and redoing the same things over and over. But yeah, just trying to find new shades to use so it doesn't look all blended and meshed together. Oh, also, have no idea what to do for the path actually. I'm kind of regretting using water paints because everything gets behind it. So if I just remove the background, like the bush is all behind this one, the grass is all behind these stumps and everything, and it's like all icky with the colours. You can see especially like here it's affected the colours. Like, does my stream keep crashing? Because it's not on my end. Does it like keep crashing on Twitch? It's saying that everything's fine on my end. Like on the end of like Streamlabs. Seems fine. Hoping everything's fine because I have been streaming for 3+ hours now, so that could be part of the problem, and I am noticing it going down on my phone a little bit. Okay. There we go. Okay, so main thing is I think I found something to do for the grass, which is what I've done now. I'm zooming in so that you can take a look at it because I want your opinion on this. I was using the 6 pencil, and I've done 2 different shades. And it's got the brown background as well behind it. Yeah, that sort of thing, yeah. So keep the more orange colour that I got at the moment, and then I got the recolor here, which I'm going to do is more the brown, and I'm just going to like wash it out, I think, just a little bit, because it's a much deeper brown. I think I said earlier, I'm just absolutely terrible at finding different colours on colour wheels. Or colour pyramids, whatever. The problem is that I've got with the grass, it's using the exact same shades as with the tree. So I'm thinking if I do a little bit of darker shades for the grass, keep that really light one, but go for a much darker dark. Also, I've noticed there's like a 10-second delay, which is annoying when trying to talk to you guys, so... let's get rid of the recolor I got at the moment. Also, I keep changing my eraser over to something else, which is annoying as all hell. Like, that is how I've changed it. It just looks too blended to me. So it's annoying that I got that grey on the same layer as everything else. That's my pen. I'm gonna redo that entirely, I think. If I open up, well, I've got paint test open. Then I go off of a matte color. I think I found something I can do in place of using a watercolor brush that may make things a little bit, like, not as clear, a little bit less transparent. So I'm just gonna do that. So if I have the right tree out. And I need a sketch. So if I airbrush, the stream had crashed for a moment there, so I think it might be time for me to get off. Something is telling me that it is time for me to stop. Because I have been doing this for a while. Almost, well, 3.5 hours. Not to mention the time I was spending before streaming this working. So... yeah. This is unfortunate. This is really unfortunate. I was having fun doing this. But I think I can put it off for a little bit. I'll take notes of what I was doing. This is a big project anyway for me. Those of you who are here, I'm just getting off now because my stream seems to be having problems with crashes and I struggle to reconnect to Twitch at the moment. So I think that why don't you guys go see another art streamer? Let's see I don't think anyone that I follow is on, but I do not know who we can raise. So, why don't you guys just all disperse and you take care?